Welcome to another episode of the 5-Minute Money Manager. When I was a high school math teacher many years ago, I would often have students complain to me and say, "Why do we have to learn algebra? I'm never going to have to solve equations in real life." And my students were correct. Most people never have to solve mathematical equations in real life, although we all have many problems to solve every day of our lives. Then why learn math or any other subject for that matter if the chances are great that we will never have to use that knowledge once we leave the classroom? My first response to my students was always, "Well, you never know what you might want to do in the future. Not knowing math will limit your future possibilities." This, I suppose, was one of those "it will make you a well-rounded person" responses, which most teenagers don't accept as a reason for doing something in the present. In fact, many adults don't accept that kind of reasoning. I would often try to reinforce my first response by saying that even if they never used their algebra skills in the future, math trains the brains, and the brains would be useful in anything they did, all the while with a little chuckle underneath my breath. When such reasoning failed, I would employ the teacher's last resort: "You'll need to learn algebra to pass this class," which is usually one of the worst reasons for learning. Then when I moved on to university teaching, I would occasionally have students in my family finance and resource management classes ask, "Why bother setting goals for the future when things never worked out as planned?" Very good and valid question, I thought. My response to them was always something like, "Planning for the future doesn't guarantee the future, but it increases the probability that the future will be the one you want." Take, for example, the goal of saving a $50,000 down payment for a home in 5 years. If a person never sets the goal and never implements saving strategies, but just lives day to day without thought for the future, they will almost certainly find other things to spend their money on. And in 5 years, the person will not have the necessary down payment for that home. Now, it is true that life may happen during those 5 years in such a way that makes the down payment goal become a lesser priority. For example, in year 3, the person may be diagnosed with cancer, and their down payment savings may have to be spent on medical bills. Their plan of having a $50,000 down payment for a house in 5 years has just failed, just like some of my students said always happens with future plans. However, even though the future changed, the person with cancer can realize the importance of planning and can optimistically say, "Well, it was a good thing I had some savings I wouldn't have had if I hadn't planned for the future." Take every moment to learn. Knowledge and skills always add value to your current and future self. The planning process consists of using your knowledge and skills to produce and implement goals that will add purpose to your life and will focus the efficient use of your limited resources. Simply, planning helps you get the most bang for your buck. Thanks for listening and have a great day.